Hey y'all, it's Angela here at the Chicken Coop Homestead, and let me show y'all all the hard work we've been doing in our garden. We've been really working hard to get everything looking nice and neat. So let me give y'all a little tour. All right, so this is just our little, we call this the postage stamp garden. It was our original garden. Right here between these little fence row and this cattle panel, I've got Christmas lima beans, and I saw the other day they were starting to come up. This is a muscadine that I planted from seed. It's about 2 or 3 years old, and this is the best and biggest it's looked so far. I've got doing another tub right there. I'm going to do a video on that today, so y'all might see that. I'm going to plant some sage in here. This is basil that was looking a little sickly. That might be ginger right there. This is spearmint, my rosemary, tansy, and parsley in the front. This is oregano. That's catnip and different kinds of thyme. That is lamb's ear, horehound, and some more lemon thyme. And listen, we've had such wind the last 2 or 3 days. This thing was on the lean. It was nearly ready to take flight. It was just going so fast. So luckily today, the wind has died down. Kind of got my chicken coop. I still need to find a little wreath to put on my chicken coop, but I've got my cannas are coming back in that little tub. That is been wintering in my greenhouse, so I've fertilized it and just getting it out here in the sun. Hopefully that will perk up. There's all my girls. This is a little flower bed that I'm doing this year. It's got cannas in it, and I also planted zinnias in it, and I've got zinnias coming up all in there. That is my Rose of Sharon. That is from my friend Kim. That was her grandmother's. She gave me a cutting of that. That one hanging basket that I had watering in my greenhouse goes on that hook right there. But that's coming on and looking really good. These are some projects I'm working on. These are just our irises, and we've already had some irises bloom. There's a canna in there that I'm hoping is going to come back. And there's my puppy dog Re-Up. But I planted some elephant ears in there as well. This is only the second year for these irises and lilies and stuff. Well, actually, that's not lilies. Oleander coming back. I know you want me to play, but look at that iris is blooming. That's going to be pretty. And I think I've got some morning glories coming back right there. Hey, Rip. I haven't done much with this bed except get it all cleaned out and mulch it, but I do have some things coming back, I see, which is good. So this is my next project to work on, is getting some more plants added to this year. My tulip tree's coming back over there. This is some of last year's turnip greens that I need to just pick and pull out. And my asparagus, we've had 1 or 2 pickings off my asparagus. This is the first year I've picked off of them. And you can see they're leaning because we've had so much wind. I mean, it's just been terrible. Gotta fix that one. It's really been over. My rose bush, a compost pile. But this is my garden right here. So let me show you what we got planted in the garden. Okay, on this there's some comfrey and there's cabbage. And then in between the cabbage I'm going to plant my pepper plants So by the time the cabbage is ready to harvest, then my pepper plants will be big. That's my thinking anyways. This is all a big row of green beans, bush green beans. These are 2 tomato plants that my husband's doing for they're like a beefsteak tomato. He likes to grow a couple just so that he can enter the tomato contest at our hardware store. These are Roma. I did my strawberry plants in hanging baskets this year. More tomato plants. These are Mortgage Lifter and Rutgers, I believe. And then that's my onion experiment that I did, planting the onions in front of my tomato plants with my marigold, and it saved me a whole bed for my garden. Instead of having to use one of those beds over there for my onions, planting them and dispersing them like this has left me a whole bed free. So this is looking good. I planted these tomatoes later than those over there, so they're a little smaller. These are walking onions. Well, they're not. They're spreading onions. They're not walking onions, but they're spreading onions. Ooh, these I planted the other day. That is Roselle hibiscus, but that wind has just whipped them to death. So hopefully they survived. And I put some small little dwarf zinnia seeds in there for just some flowers and color. Same on this side. But I did notice that's my bay leaf tree. I got another one and I put it in a pot this year, but that's my one from last year coming back. These are Cherokee Trail of Tears beans. Somebody gave me the seeds and I didn't have very many seeds, so I planted them over here, both sides, up against the trellis. And then I planted some small little starts of cabbage in here just the other day, so they haven't come on yet. So hopefully they survive. But this Trail of Tears little black bean this year will just be for harvesting to get more seeds so that I can produce a harvest, because like I say, I had just 12 or so seeds, 15 seeds of that. The rest of this is all planted in pinto beans, and they are starting to come up, as you can see. So those are my pinto beans. Oh yeah, those are coming up over there. And I've picked up sticks till the cows come home. More strawberries. More tomatoes. These were the first ones I planted, but they were very small little tomato plants. And these are Mortgage Lifter and Cherokee Purple. So I've got these all going down, but they're doing well. Not too beat up from the wind. That's a little trick you can do when you first plant your seeds out to protect them from the sun and the wind, is pull some leaves up there around them. Not too much, but it just kind of protects them from that harsh sun and any wind that we might get. So have some more Cherokee plants coming up. Transplanted some black-eyed Susan that I had in another flower bed that were outside of the flower bed, and I picked those up and transplanted them. I have a little space here. I left a little space, and so I'm going to plant 2 pepper plants here. This is my garlic. I'm going to plant another pepper plant there. This I just planted the other day, and it is cucumbers, so they should be hopefully coming up here pretty quick. My strawberry plants. And these are potatoes. And I've got one tub empty here because this is where my parsley was. And I'm hoping that it reseeded itself and it will come back. But if it doesn't, I'll plant something there. I'll plant some Swiss chard or something like that, because this is a little bit shadier area than the rest of my garden. So it's all looking good. I'm real happy, real pleased. Now let me show y'all this. This, I haven't done anything with this little thing, but I think what I'm going to do this year is put all my fairy garden stuff in there and plant it with some small little plants to showcase my fairy gardens. Lemon balm coming back. Black-eyed Susan's coming back. I forget what that is. It's like Queen of the Nile or something like that. That is my bee balm, and you know, last year it kept falling forward, so we put a little trellis in front of it because it gets so tall it starts falling forward to try to hold it back. Got some other things in here. That is a Texas Star Hibiscus that is coming back right over back there. So this is some salvia. Lad accidentally threw a rock into my window, so he's got to replace that window the other day while mowing, and it was his own fault because he should have been mowing with it going out the other direction. Glad it was my son. More plants. I really don't even know what they are. That is, I have all this written down, but a lot of this is coming back, so I'm happy. I need to get these leaves raked up, get my plates straightened back up. I need to get my grandbabies out here to pick my dandelions and my porch. There's still a few little things I'm working on my porch, but for the most part it's good. Got my table and everything back out here. Some plants over there, hung a little garden sign, that's really cute. I still have to work on that planter that's hanging across my fence right there. I got to do that. And that little planter that looks like a log, I've got to plant that up. And I've got this big old pot right here that I've got to plant with something. That's my Queen of the Night. It's looking really good. You know, we lost that tree last year and we had it cut down, so this is going to be a hotter garden than normal over here on my porch because that tree it was huge, and so it provided a lot of shade, but it just did not survive Snowmageddon, or enough of it didn't survive Snowmageddon, I should say. Got to get some flower hanging baskets for that. We do have an umbrella we're probably going to put right here to cover up these chairs because we'll be getting the majority of the sun from here. I've got some plants on the inside that I'll bring out for our table. My husband worked on this yesterday. This table that we salvaged, the legs were starting to kind of rot on it from wood to wood contact and that wood just being wet, so he got some wheels to put on that. He loves to put things on wheels. I got some more buckets over there. That's one of my projects I'm going to work on. Brought my grandbabies in a little dirt pile for them to play on. There is sticks and stuff for my little project. My husband got my rain barrel all hooked back up, so that's good to go. So that's my garden, y'all. We'll keep you posted. We'll do some more little tours. So thanks for visiting with me, and talk to you later. Bye.